Good evening. Well, I thought I'd make a bit of a different video this time to tell you the story of my Heron guitar. This is the second guitar I built. I built it out of scraps from the C.B. Giddy shop. A neck that I had made a bit of a boo-boo on because I was just learning at the time. It was purely cosmetic, and I'd gotten this far on it, so I figured I might as well use it. And then I built the box myself. But the reason I chose the blue Heron, and there's a story behind this, this happened about maybe a month or two before I started at CB Giddy's. And at the time I was kind of like, I had just turned the big 4-0 a few months earlier, and having a lot of thoughts about, where am I going with my life. And I had a rather prolonged conversation with the powers that be about this. Like, what should I be doing with my life? I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. And I remember mentioning something to the effect of, if it's up to you what you want me to do with my life, but if I could choose something, it would be something to do with making music, traditional style folk music, and bringing it back into the world, or being part of something that brings it back into the world. Well, I was thinking about this very subject, and I was getting ready to leave to go somewhere, and on top of my dad's blacksmith shop, there's a blue Heron landed there, and it stayed there I watched it for a good 5-10 minutes or so. Didn't move the whole time. Well, I mean, moved its head around, but and in all 40 years of living on the property, I'd never seen a blue heron that close before. So I'm like, yeah, I wonder if this means something. So when I got home, I looked up the meaning of blue herons, and I don't remember the exact details, but it meant forging ahead in a new direction with confidence. I'm like, that's interesting. So anyway, and then it was about, like I said, a month or two later, Ben offered me the job at CB Giddy's. And I remember when he did the interview, he said something to the effect of, we're more than just a place that builds guitars. We're sort of part of a mission to bring back traditional folk music. It was like exactly what I had asked for. So, coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. I'm just superstitious enough. But anyway, started working there, and I decided to honor the blue heron on this guitar. And the story of this guitar doesn't end there. It was over last summer. I lent it to a friend of mine, and while it was lent to her, her trailer burned, and the bedroom was the hardest hit. And I was in there. I helped her clean out a little bit, and the whole bedroom was gutted, like just black. And apparently the only thing that had survived, this was in the bedroom, and this was the only thing that survived. There was that, and I think she had one drumstick. That was it. Everything else was just gone. But this guitar, as you can see, it's a little blackened from soot, but it was otherwise unscathed. Like the tuner's still tuned, everything. You can see this little soot on the tuners too. So I have no explanation for that whatsoever. But yeah, I tried cleaning it up a little bit just so I wouldn't get stuff on my fingers, but I repainted the heron because it was pretty blackened. But otherwise, I pretty much left it. I've since replaced the guitar strap with this rope just because I like the look of the primitive look. But yeah, so yeah, I figured this guitar with all the soot on it doesn't look as good, but it's got a story to tell now. So anyway, that's the story of my Heron guitar. So yeah, interesting. So, have a good one.